Hi everyone, I'm Amy Booth, and welcome back to the Blue Rose Kennels YouTube channel, sponsored by Canine Chronicle TV. Today we'll be going over different movement patterns that you'll see in the dog show ring. We have an aerial view for you. It's kind of fun. We're excited to show this one to you, so stay right there. Thank you for joining us again, everyone. Today we have a little bit of snippets from our handling class where we practice social distancing and getting you used to wearing a mask and learning the basics of dog shows. So today we are going to go over with you at home different patterns that the judge might ask for in the show ring. So here we go. Okay, we're going to start off with entering the ring, and the judge will typically call the class in the ring, checking numbers, and each exhibitor brings their dog in and goes around the ring, keeping some distance and some space, especially in these times, socially distant. The class goes around the ring and starts to line up. Now we're going to review the down and back. From an aerial view, you can see the down and back going away from the judge, straight down, turning around at the corner, and coming back to the judge. That's a typical down and back. Now there are two ways to do a down and back: the direction that this handler just did and what we'll see next. But with a short-legged dog, it's very typical for the judge to use the smallest track in the ring, and we shaved our grass down tightly to help show the guidelines of the patterns for this viewing. But this is a typical straight down and back. There's also the diagonal down and back. As you can see from the aerial view here, it's a longer down and back than what we saw on the first person's pattern. This is more typical for long-legged dogs. However, sometimes with a shorter-legged dog, judges will say go halfway down and back. As you can see, this is a diagonal pattern, so it is the diagonal down and back. And from the ground again, we'll look at this one more time. You want to make sure you keep your dog in the center of your path on your down and back. Make a straight down and back. And you're going to come in and free stack your dog. Next, we're going to review the triangle. From the aerial view, you can clearly see there is a triangle pattern shaved out in the grass. And this exhibitor is showing us the triangle. Good job. Now we'll take a look at it again from the ground. She's going straight away from the judge, turning the corner, going to the far corner of the ring, and coming back to the judge. The down and back and the triangle are the most common patterns. However, occasionally you'll be asked to do an L. It's very rare these days, but just so you know what it looks like, this exhibitor is demonstrating an L. And you can pretty much see from this aerial view the L pattern that she's going to follow. She's going to switch hands here and keep the dog on the inside of the ring facing the judge, so the judge can always see the dog. She's going to switch hands again down at this corner and then come back to the judge in an L-shaped pattern. We're going to view this one more time from the ground view, away from the judge. Turning the corner. One of the reasons this isn't commonly used anymore is because the changing of hands makes it a little unsafe. The dog isn't as sure of itself, you're not as sure of yourself. As you can see, she lets the dog pass in front of her slightly and then switches hands to come back into the judge. This is a great technique. No matter what pattern the judge asks you to do, they'll typically ask after that pattern to do an around to the end. And we are going to see this demonstrated with this golden. After its pattern, it's going one at a time around to the end. And that just moves the line up, and you'll see the next person in line set up and get ready. This is from the ground view, the same thing, the around to the end. And the next exhibitor getting ready. There's also around the ring all together. From an aerial view, everyone's leaving plenty of space and going around the ring together so the judge can glance up and compare dogs and their movement. But this is a great example of everyone leaving a good amount of space to go around the ring at the same time. You have your slower dogs at the end. And from the ground view, the around the ring together, he's checking if the people behind him in line are ready to move. He asks them, "Are you ready?" And the handlers go around the ring. Leaving space and yet paying attention to the right speed for their dog. One more thing that a judge may ask for is for you to go to the far side of the ring and free stack your dog. So everyone in the class is going to do it for us. He's going halfway around to the far side of the ring, stopping and free stacking his dog. This more oftentimes happens in the group or best in show levels, but you should practice it nonetheless. And then, after the judge is satisfied with his free stack, the judge sends him around to the end of the line, and the next dog moves up and does the same thing. Moves around to the far side of the ring and free stacks. Don't worry, folks, we've only touched on free stacking just a little bit. We have a big set of classes coming up on free stacks soon. And the judge is satisfied with the free stack and sends her around to the end, and the next dog moves up to do the same. So while you're waiting for your turn, you're mentally getting ready for how you're going to do your free stack, and you start practicing with your dog a little bit. And this is just a puppy, so it's a good time for it to learn what's expected of it. And the judge is satisfied and sends the handler around to the end, and the next dog starts going. She goes to the far side of the ring, the same thing, smaller dog, but the exact same technique, going to the far side of the ring and getting her dog to free stack. The next exhibitor moving up and getting ready for their turn. After she hits the free stack, she's sent around the ring. And the next dog moves up. And this is our last dog, so everyone should be starting to get their dogs ready on the side of the ring for the judge to turn around and make their final decision. So here we have our last dog going again to the far side of the ring to hit a free stack. It doesn't matter if you turn your dog around or if you stack it the way that it's going, whatever your dog and you feel most comfortable with. And she proceeds around to the end of the ring. Special thanks to our Training and Toenail Tuesday handling class and Mike Knight for the aerial recording. Hope that was all fun to see and fun to go over. Someone's making herself at home. Dog show patterns may differ depending on the judge, but for the most part, what we covered today is what you'll typically see at a dog show. We hope that you're really enjoying all the content that we're producing on this channel. If you like what we're doing, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, ring the bell so you're notified every time we upload new content, and share this channel with anyone that you think might like it. Thank you, and we'll see you in our next video.